Scaling your law firm doesn't have to be difficult. It's all about mastering a few key strategies, systems, and mindsets. Welcome to the Scalable Law Podcast, where we talk about how you can increase profit in your pocket and time in your calendar. My name is Carolee Fontanelli, and I have successfully scaled my firm so that it doesn't solely rely on me. Now I love teaching other law firm owners how to do the same. Let's transform your business starting now.
This week in the Hot Seats in Scalable Law, I had a really great question, which I thought would be an excellent podcast. And that question was how to get referral partners from LinkedIn. Welcome to the Scalable Law Podcast. I am your host, Carolee Fontanelli, and today we are talking LinkedIn and getting referral partners. Now, it doesn't matter whether your firm is a B2B law firm or a B2C law firm, so business to business or business to clients. You can still use LinkedIn as a really amazing tool to help you get clients. In the Scalable Law program, I teach lawyers how to create a three-pronged marketing blueprint for their law firm. I teach them what works for law firm owners. Now that is referral marketing and organic marketing as well as paid ads. I think having three different approaches and having marketing funnels coming in from all of those avenues is the best way for your law firm to be successful. What it means is you can turn it up in one sense on one of those funnels and ease it off as you need to. And that means that you can be ready to hire when someone amazing comes along because you have a marketing funnel that you can pump up if you need to. Now, one of those marketing funnels is referral marketing. Referrals are so important in law firms' marketing toolkits, but they shouldn't be the only tool that we use. And by referrals, I don't mean sitting back and waiting for a referral to come through the door. We want to be way more intentional than that. What I find is most law firm owners go out on their own and they have a handful of reliable referrers that will bring work in at an ad hoc basis. Now imagine if you could double, triple, or quadruple that handful of referrers to a much larger referral pool. That would change the way your business is run and how much work you're getting through the door. Now, the wonderful thing about referrals versus organic and ads is that referrals have often already gone through a process of knowing and liking and trusting you because they have been referred to you by someone who they already know, like, and trust. So what that means is that a referral is much more ready to convert to a real client. Referral marketing has a much higher conversion rate than any other area. So that's why it's really great to put a lot of time and effort into your referral marketing, but not all your time and effort. Organic and ads still have their place. So today what we're going to talk about is using LinkedIn specifically on growing your referral partners and how to actually do that. So let's get stuck in. So the first thing that you need to do if you're going to use LinkedIn to gain referral partners is you need to do something really basic, and that is to optimize your LinkedIn profile. So make sure that your LinkedIn profile reflects exactly who you help and what problems you solve. Your profile is not to be all about you and how amazing you are and how amazing your law firm is. It's really to show who you assist and what problems you solve. So what I get people to do in the Scalable Business Lounge program is to create a transformational statement that is to help them attract the right referrers and clients. And so that transformational statement that you create should be the one that you use in your profile. So make sure that in your profile, it's nice and updated. It clearly states your legal niche and what problems you solve and which clients you actually help. Make sure it includes a professional, approachable photo and also a branded banner. It's very easy to create a branded banner in Canva or something like that. There's nothing worse when you look at someone's profile and that whole space is left blank. So make sure you do utilize that real estate in there. And make sure that there's a compelling about section that speaks directly to your potential referrers and potential clients. And you can also include testimonials or recommendations from clients or other professionals. So update your profile and make sure it looks exactly how it should be looking. Now is a great time to do that. We often don't go into the profile section of our LinkedIn, and it might have been several years before you have updated it. So make sure that you go in and do that. The next thing you need to be doing is use LinkedIn to create targeted connection requests. So the difference with LinkedIn from other social media is that with LinkedIn, you can request to be a friend with someone essentially, or have that professional connection. What that means is that you get to choose who you would like in your LinkedIn network. So you can go into the search buttons and find, for example, all of the professionals in your area. Say, for example, you're an estate planning lawyer. Well, you might like to get some referrals from financial planners. So go into your local area and search for all of the financial planners in your local area. Or maybe you are a commercial litigation lawyer and other law firms can refer you work. So go into your area and find all the local law firms, such as property lawyers, for example, that can refer you work. So do that and go through and just connect with people. When you connect with them, you do have the option of sending a message. They won't get the message until they agree to your connection. So with the message, you could say something like, hi, their name, I'm looking to connect with lawyers in different practice areas to share insights and possible referrals. Let's connect and have a quick Zoom sometime if you're open to it. So you could say something along those lines, or if you wanted to take a softer approach, you could just say, hi, I'm connecting with local professionals in my area, or I've seen your business around, or whatever, just something in order to connect and maybe spark a little bit of a conversation. If you connect and get a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting with them, that would be very beneficial as well. So thirdly, then start setting up some of these very casual catch-ups to connect either for a Zoom or a coffee in your local area. Keep it low pressure and really relationship focused, so not salesy. I find that, when it comes to conversations with other professionals, you might talk about work for a couple of minutes, but then often it's really about connecting on a more personal level, which is really going to be where you create the relationship and where you're going to really start benefiting from sending each other referrals. Now that you have all of these new connections in your sphere and on LinkedIn with you, you can also start posting relevant content to your market. What this is going to help do is it's going to help your referrers who are in your local connection to really remember that is exactly the sort of service that you offer. So they will be, remembering that, oh, that's right, you are an estate planning lawyer and I've got this client that needs to get an estate plan done. I'll reach out to you. So keep also going with the posts and making sure that you're posting relevant content that can help out your connections. So these posts can be educational, they can be frequently asked questions, they might be case studies, of course, without your clients' names or anything on there, and making sure that you're constantly posting relevant information so that people are always reminded exactly what you do. If you decide not to post, what's going to happen is that your profile will never see the light of day and it's not going to be overly helpful to you. So remember that trying to get connections on LinkedIn is also about creating a legal brand and making sure that you are constantly able to be seen by people that might be able to refer you work down the track. I think the other thing to really remember when it comes to this kind of campaign is it's not a set and forget scenario. This is something that you should probably dedicate, like let's say even 30 minutes a week to one, getting more connections on LinkedIn, reaching out to relevant people who you might like to have a coffee with and create relationships with, and then also continuing to post relevant information that can help your network out. You can also go a step further and make sure that you're engaging on other people's posts as well. The more engagement that you have going on in your LinkedIn network, the better it's going to be for you and your business. Now let's take the relationship one step further. Let's add more value in there and add a weekly newsletter to your bow. A weekly newsletter is going to help keep you connected outside of any social media platform with your referrers and also with potential clients. So building out a newsletter can really help. The way that you can do this is set up a lead magnet on your posts inside LinkedIn that people can download some really high value information for them as referrers and potentially for your client themselves. What this will do is it will help them with a problem that you might be able to solve, but also they'll end up on your newsletter. And then on a weekly basis, you can give them updates about your practice area. This will really start building the relationship in a stronger way than before, because now you're in their inbox every single week, showing your expertise and creating and growing your legal brand so that you're not forgotten when they have a referral for you. What I have also found out about LinkedIn is that it's not just really amazing for your online digital presence and growing your legal brand and connecting with referrers, but it's also really great connecting in person when you're at events and things like that. So in your local area, if you go out to an event and you're known on LinkedIn, then it's easier to make those connections in person because people will come and chat and they'll say, I can see that this has been happening at your firm or that's been happening, or it makes connecting in real life a lot easier when someone already knows who you are because you're a connection online. So it's all about engagement, making sure you've got the right people in your circle. So a great place to start is by reaching out to those right people on LinkedIn, get them in your circle, and then engage. Engage by sending them messages, engage by posting and also replying to some of their posts, and then engage in person as well. Invite them to a real coffee or a lunch and really start connecting and creating that relationship. And what I would say as well is make sure that you have a goal around this. How many LinkedIn connections should you be getting a month? New ones? How many of those connections will you reach out to on LinkedIn Messenger? How many of those will you have a coffee with in real life or invite to a lunch? So really create some goals. So it could be that you're going to have 100 new connections a month. And out of the 100 new connections, you're going to send 20 messages. And out of the 20 messages, you're going to have a catch up with 4 of them in real life, in person. If you did that over a 12-month period, that is, I can't do the maths, 4 times 12 coffees, 4 times 12 relationships. Actually, let me just work that out for you. If you were better at maths than me, you could have told me that that was 48. Yep, 48. 48 new connections where you've met them in real life, in person, and you have had a coffee, you've got to know something about them, something about their business, and they have had the opportunity of getting to know you as well. By the end of the 12-month period, you will 100% be getting more referrals. 100%. There is no doubt in my mind that this strategy of being intentional on LinkedIn will work for your business and bring you a higher revenue and a higher profit and more clients that you really want to work with. Because if you're doing it well and you have really identified who your ideal client is and who your ideal referrer is, so these are the people that share the same client that you want, you are going to explode your business. This is one tiny way that you can make a massive, massive difference. So why not set aside an hour a week to spend working on your LinkedIn and really connecting with people and going out and having coffee with various referrers throughout the year. I would be super excited to hear how this strategy changes your business for the better. If you want more help with things like this, then jump on a call with me. I will give you some strategies on the call, but we will also delve into how Scalable Law can assist you in this way a lot more and really help you to propel your business forward. Imagine if you spent the year with me and Scalable Law and your law firm looked completely different in a year's time. Whatever struggles you are facing right now, we can fix them and we can create a firm that you absolutely love and are thriving in. Imagine that. Well, if you'd like to jump on a call with me, please head on down to the notes. I'll leave a link there, but I'll also, there's a link on my website, www.scalablelaw.com. I'd love to have a chat. For now, that's all I have this week. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast and have got a really great strategy that you can take away and start working on right away. All right, bye for now.
Thank you for listening to the Scalable Law podcast, brought to you by the Scalable Business Lounge. If you would love to know how you can get more clients without relying on referrals, head over to scalablelaw.com to watch my free masterclass. Until next time, you have got this.